Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another Market Open live stream. Today, we start with, check this out, the lowest state jobless claims in the U.S. since March of 2020. Applications fell to 576,000. This is a huge, huge decline. This is really, really good. I always like to Google jobless claims and look for the report itself. I always like looking at the reports themselves. And I want to grab the PUA data as well and add it, which a lot of the news publications don't do. Look at that, 131. So say 132, add that. 132, 132 plus 576 is 708,000 combined jobless claims. That's very, very low. I mean, combined, we've consistently been over 1 million. Lately, we've consistently been over 900,000. So this is a huge, huge, huge shift. Very, very, very good. Good. Knock on wood that trend continues. Let's go ahead and take a look at the market. Let's start with what's losing. Let's go to all stocks. We've got QuantumScape down 10%. Let's see here. Okay, I gotta say it. Hopefully none of you in it, but I asked them. I'm like, hey, we should do an interview, and I don't always reach out. Like, so it's kind of like 60-40. Like, people reach out, they're like, oh, you should interview this person or whatever. But QuantumScape was one of those where I emailed them. I'm like, hey, you should come on, and they're like, no, we're good right now. And I'm like, oh, and this was yesterday. I'm like, really? I'm gonna cast a spell on you. Down 10% today. No, I'm just totally kidding. I didn't cast a spell on them, but they are down 10% today. And they did not want to do an interview. Anyway, Zom's down 7%. Virgin Galactic's down 6%. Wow, they're at $25 now. Li Auto down 1.3. Canoe's down 1.2, but bobbing around that $9, kind of where it's been rubber banding. We got Lowe's, Intel, XFleet. This is not a lot of red in the pre-market. Yeah, it looks like almost everything is green here. Look at this. We got Coinbase at 348. We've got that's up 6% right now. Arc-like is also up 6%. We got 1 minute till the opening bell. AMC's up 5%. Upstart's back at 109, up 5. We got C3AI. C3AI, this is the second day in the row of green. I mentioned this one. It's bouncing off the bottom. Pay attention to it. A firm's probably got to be next. I don't know. I'm still not convinced that I personally want to jump in, but as a trader or somebody, this is one I would definitely be keeping an eye on, because that trend is switching, which is good. So Enphase up 2.4, and we got the opening bell in 15 seconds here. So lots of 1% here, 1.5% at Tesla, which isn't as good as what we saw yesterday. Or I'm sorry, it doesn't make up for the loss we saw yesterday. But let's listen to the bell.
I guess that analyst was just listening.
It's pretty green though.
Yeah, Carl. I think that they were just taking their cue from Kramer. Sounds like.
Yes, it's true. Guys, there's the opening bell at the big board at Agilon Health, celebrating an IPO at the NASDAQ. It's autonomous truck company Too Simple, also celebrating an IPO, and we'll talk to the CEO in a little over an hour. Jim, speaking of autonomy, I'm sure you've noticed that Walmart now taking a stake in GM and their autonomous effort, the Cruise self-driving car company. They got partnerships with all kinds of them, Waymo, Ford, and so forth, but this is a big vote of confidence as we get every day some sort of signal. Domino's delivering pizza, Chick-fil-A testing delivery through autonomy, that it's picking up steam.
The NVIDIA conference call, the analyst day, Jensen Huang, my regard as the Da Vinci of our time. I was going to slip in Michelangelo, but let's just stick with Da Vinci. He spent the most time talking about autonomous. He feels like he's cracked the code of autonomous. When I visited out there, they still hadn't been able to figure out black ice. Black ice had been the biggest problem. I think they've solved everything. And autonomous is finally here, which, David, makes me want to own Uber. Because, they become less of a taxi service and more of a tech company, which makes it so that Uber's the big winner other than Mary Barra and General Motors. What do you think of that thesis, David?
I like it. And at some point we will have.
You do?
We will have fleets of autonomous taxis and or autonomous cars being used, of course, to the full.
Well, I guess I'm a little confused there. So he thinks Uber for autonomy, but doesn't mention Tesla, while Walmart invests in GM's Cruise, which, by the way, GM's Cruise is like my favorite thing at GM, just because it is its own, or at least was its own independent company. I kind of call it this like caterpillar waiting to hatch within this big elephant of GM. And so here, Walmart is investing in Cruise, the autonomous driving division, majority owned by GM. Microsoft also invested in Cruise, giving Cruise a valuation. When Microsoft invested, Cruise had a valuation of like over $30 billion, which if you look at what, if you look at Microsoft, or not Microsoft, GM, oh, darn things, here we go. So if we go GM, just do a quick little GM stock Google, you get a GM market cap at 85 billion. So really, Cruise is almost, I mean, it's more than a third of the valuation of the company. Let's see here, and they invested 2.7, but didn't break out the amounts from various investors, which also includes Microsoft previously amounts. Okay, so maybe that was all part of that same deal, but either way, that is big. Now it doesn't make me jump up and down more about like GM. It really makes me more and more bullish about realizing, wait a minute, this whole autonomous driving, that's companies are realizing this is what's coming. If Tesla's Tesla's the front runner here, we'll see what Nvidia can do to catch up with their autonomous driving software, because it just seems like right now Tesla's so far ahead in the lead. It's really, you've got multiple of these companies. It's not just Tesla. You've got Qualcomm, Nvidia, Intel with their Mobileye, all these companies and more manufacturing autonomous driving chips. And a lot of these companies will be able to sell their products to surely companies like Uber or Lyft or the other auto manufacturers. But it's interesting to me that they would suggest Uber and Lyft, because Uber and Lyft don't own their cars, or the people own the cars, and they don't manufacture their cars. So I guess, I don't know, maybe I'm a little confused. Maybe I'm a little confused as to why he would suggest Uber and Lyft. That one doesn't make as much sense to me. All right, so what's going on in the market here? So in terms of red, we're still down. I do wonder what the news was at QuantumScape. So jokes aside, QuantumScape fell. Oh, new short report. Okay. These short seller reports are usually just garbage. It's worth reading just to know. Let's see. Scorpion claims that its research indicated that the company is no different than other recently exposed SPAC promotions and EV frauds. Oh, God. Let's see. Scorpion alleges that many of the claims the company has made, such as charging 80% to 15 minutes, are false, or in 15 minutes are false. Okay. Well, I mean, it's 4 to 5 year out technology was the suggestion Quantum had always made. All right, another short seller, so that'll do it. 7% on Virgin falling here after the open here. Quantum actually somewhat recovering at the open, but Virgin falling more. Rite Aid down 6% here. I wonder why. Rite Aid. Q4 adjusted loss per share, narrow losses, sales beats on revenue. So it sounds like it was overall decently good, at least looking backwards. It must be, oh, here we go, wider than expected fourth quarter loss. I see. Wider than expected loss. Oftentimes the pricing has to do a lot with guidance too, whatever they project. If you have Rite Aid saying something like, yeah, we think we'll do good for another 3 months because of vaccines, but then we won't do good anymore. That's going to piss people off too. So Express down 6%, Zom down 4%, Li Auto, Canoe falling a little bit more here. Xpeng's just been getting hammered. I feel like Xpeng's getting hammered one of the most out of all the EVs here. Marathon Digital actually down today, which it seemed like after a big 15% sell-off yesterday, Marathon might be bouncing back today. But Neo's also down, Vuzi's down, Delta and Carnival down 1.4%-ish each. United's down. Okay, all of a sudden we got a whole lot more red. Target's down, Macy's down, Arcimoto down. Like, what happened? there was a little bit of red, and now there's more red. Yeah. Okay, looking at the positive, Upstart is leading, followed by AMC, Tilray. There's Nvidia kicking butt again. Coinbase must have gotten some red candlesticks here. Yeah, it did. Got some red candlesticks out of the gate. It's at 338. I wonder if I still have my limit orders. I don't know if I still have my limits. I've got limits to buy to add to this one at 315, 300. So we'll see what happens. CRISPR's CRISPR's another one of those that I mentioned yesterday. CRISPR and Invitae, those guys, they've sold off decently over the last few months. There are some opportunities to buy these now, in my opinion. And I still want to do some deep dives on these. I'm such a genomics baby. I like, these are the times I wish I had like a bio degree. I think I added BB. Let me see. Pretty sure I added BB. Yeah, see, we got Big Digital right here, but they're not trading just yet. So I see your comment though. Thank you for that. But yeah, those are. Oh wow, Enphase gave up its 2% here. Red candlestick at the open. Churchill Capital up a fraction here. Where is it? Matterport's up about 0.5%. So not I mean a lot of flip-flopping happening here. Not a lot of consistency with what's green or red today. Invitae, CRISPR, both of those guys up a little bit here. So okay. So all right, let's see here. AMC running again. Look at that. Yeah, getting the green candlestick here. AMC pushing, and I can't tell if Nvidia is as well. That's really nice. Nice growth here, converging a little bit. But let's see. Upstart also. Upstart is like it's like that it almost feels like such a trader stock. It's just because it just runs so well for such a period of time. But then it has a few days of a sell-off. And it can be sharp. But it still hasn't fallen under 100. Peloton up 3%, right there with Coinbase. Kathy Wood jumped in hard on Coinbase yesterday. And Peloton up 3%. Yeah, I think Kathy, she must have thrown in, what was it, like 250,000 shares? I don't know. I should double check. I'll double check. Let's jump on over here and see what CNBC has to say.
Enterprise values, not, they're paying a decent multiple here.
But it's a turnkey operation, David. What will people do to be able to just make one phone call, send the drug over, or get it to work? And I just think that Mark Casper, once again, has demonstrated that he has got a vision about what has to happen in this world. And remember,
okay, whatever 150 plus 90 is. So I guess that's like 240,000. No, wait, more. Oh, I missed a $500,000, a 500K order. Jeez. So 240 plus 512, 752,000 shares is what Kathy and ARK Invest bought of Coinbase yesterday. 752,000 shares at, I don't know, assume an average basis of somewhere like 360. That's $270 million. Wow. That's a big bet. Wow.
Early this morning, updating.
All right, we're talking about COVID vaccines over here. Let's swap for a moment. Let's see what our other border wall favorites usually have to say here. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. S&P 500 and Dow just hit a record, by the way. Let's see here. Dow. So, the easiest way I found to do this is just type it into Google. So, we've got the Dow at almost 34,000 and S&P at 415. Wow, look at that. Just go back 5 years here. 4,154. Look at that. Just straight up, basically. Straight up and to the right. It's really incredible. If we go back to where was the March 23rd low? If We go to the March 23rd low. It's 80% on the S&P 500 from the low. But from previous highs, about 25, 26%. Yeah, 22% from the previous high. So even though the S&P has done so well here recently, at least relative to some stocks that are selling off, we're still only looking at like what, the 20%, 28%, somewhere around there, 22 to 28%, depending on where you measure from. But I mean, it's still incredible. So, and then Dow, let's see, how does the Dow compare? Dow from its previous peak, Dow's up like 15%. Yeah, no, still rather be in my stocks. So, all right, let's go back here. What else do we have? So, Coinbase, is it slowing down? Where'd it go? I think it is. I can't find it anymore. I don't see it anymore over here. Oh, no, there it is. There it is. It's accelerating. Okay. 4.6. So it's this green candle sticking again. Darn. I wanted to pick me up at 3:15. Well, it's just being a little selfish there, Kevin. We got to get the stock to go up. No, I do want to buy it lower, though. CTRM, look at that 17% run. All of a sudden, too. Some news must have just broke within the last 10 minutes. No. Okay, let's try to figure this out. CTRM, Caster. Let's see, individual news. Let's see what we got. Announces deliveries, vessel acquisition. No, I don't actually see any recent news today. I see no news from today. And maybe now that's why maybe it was just a big buy. Be careful if you're ever trading. Something you always want to look for. Where's the darn chart? When you're okay, let's grab the darn ticker here. There we go. Sometimes you just get a big fat buy order that comes in from like some whale or whatever, right? Although volume's staying consistent here, because usually you see that with like one or two big candlesticks or volume candlesticks. Yeah, which they're not really candlesticks, so just sticks. And then a decline thereafter in volume. But funds, they tend to buy over multiple minutes because there just aren't enough shares available. So sometimes you can see a big kind of like bulge in volume too, as funds start trading or throw in positions. A lot of funds, they buy right at the close. Not all though. So depends. All right, we'll see. Keep an eye on it. All righty, let's see. Let's see if we get that Faraday Solutions rebounding today. Let's see if we get that rebound in some of the other Bitcoin stocks, or I should say crypto stocks, not just Bitcoin. So Marathon and Riot. Let's go and look at it. And Voyager Digital. Well, there's Marathon. Marathon's up a tiny little bit. Here's Voyager. Voyager, we don't have data yet from. I would imagine we'll get data in like the next minute here from Voyager Digital. Okay, yeah, that's Marathon's up about 1%. Not as big of a rebound as you'd expect. Riot only up 0.5% today. Ubiquity only up 0.5% today. Really not as big of a U-turn as like I said, as you'd expect. Neo back down to 35. Really, the EV sector has just been pain. That's all it's been lately. So, look at that. Even Tesla just turned negative. And so did CCIV. Both of these were green. And now they're slightly negative. Fascinating. All right, let's see what other top news is. Let's see what's going on. There we go. All right, so now we got the OTC stocks trading. Big digital assets. Interviewed their CEO yesterday. Great guy. Really, really good. We've got, what are they? I don't know where they went. I don't know. They were up like 4 or 5% here. And now they've disappeared. Or I just can't see them. Anyway, there they are. No, I thought I saw them. We'll type it in then. Big digital assets. There we go, 4.8. Okay, and then we have, let's see, did Voyager? Yeah, Voyager started as well. Also up 4%. So nowhere near the sell-off levels that we saw yesterday in terms of a recovery. But definitely a nice, slow, steady recovery. Slow and steady is nice. You get those big gains. They're usually followed by losses. Kind of like Tesla. Tesla shot up so fast, so quickly. We're seeing a couple days of a pullback. Modest today, though. What is it today? 0.4%. It's at 729. See, is that going to trend down to 720 today? We will see. It's certainly trending down, that's for sure. All right. Let's see what the news is. Let's go to top news. TOP. Let's see what we got. All right. BTC on a tear, says someone. Let's see. Webull. Ethereum's down about a third. It's at 24.68. Bitcoin's sitting at 63. Bitcoin's been doing very well, just consistently over the last 2 months. I think it's really those inflation woes. All right. No, that's not what we want. We want top news. Top news, not the company ticker top. All right, here we go. So Coinbase gains as analysts see immense upside. ARK fund buys. I think it's undervalued. I mean, I know people, it's easy to make comments, especially on a red day like yesterday, where it sold under IPO. Not really IPO, but its initial pricing. It's easy to go, oh, it's overvalued. I don't know. I mean, I put their transaction revenue to 0, and they seem cheap relative to other companies. I like it. Recovery gathers steam as retail sales soar. Good. Let's see. All right. Biden imposes sanctions on Russia. Good, bad, and ugly. Crypto craze. I don't really see a lot of crazy news today here. Just talk about Coinbase, which I'm in support of the Coinbase movement here. Although I do want to see recovery. Oh, did we get retail data? I think so. U.S. retail sales accelerated in March the most in 10 months as business reopenings, increased hiring, and fresh rounds of stimulus emboldened shoppers. Wow. Value of overall sales increased 9.8% last month, a broad advance from the 2.7% decline in February. Wow. Yeah, and that may have been really weather related, but take a look at that chart. That is a really good rebound. You got that weather disaster in February, but you've got some serious rebounds over here in January and March. That's good. That's good. I like to see that. Yeah, here were the massive declines when the pandemic first started. Then we got excited again in May and June. But then we really started getting that summer second wave, the winter kind of third wave. And so now we're really recovering again. Good retail data. We do have, I want to say we have, what else do we have today? Because tomorrow's claims, we have March industrial production. I'll just give that a quick little Google. Let's see here. Industrial production. Let's see what that came in at. Let's see. Industrial production news. Okay. Industrial production rises 1.4%. Here we go. Dow future. Okay, well, yeah, because this was published like 2 hours ago. U.S. stocks were indicating higher. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Wait, that's all they're going to give us? Thursday morning, industrial production rose 1.4% versus the consensus estimates for a rise of around 3%. Oh, wow. They really expected a bigger rise. Well, okay. Now, what I was really hoping for was to see industrial production up at least around the same rate of retail sales. So not as good on industrial production. So I agree with this as well, just because our retail sales were up. What was it? 2.7. No, sorry. Our retail sales were up 9.8% after a 2.7% decline. Yeah. So industrial production definitely not keeping up with the level of retail sales. Not that you can necessarily compare the two. That was just a little metric that I had thought of. And I mean, retail sales killed it. But yeah, could be just supply chain constraints, which is a lot of what we're seeing right now. Supply chain constraints everywhere. Caster's holding on. Yeah, no, it's consistent volume. That's good. So not just maybe one company buying, but multiple companies buying. Big digital assets moving here. NVIDIA 4.7%. We got that 3.2 at Square. AMD, Peloton, nice. I have to say that the Peloton X, the events they're doing or the classes on Peloton have gotten even better. I tried one again yesterday because I always like to know the product. And they've gotten really good, the classes. I don't know if they've just like refined the trainer pool or what, but it's really incredible. So, okay, let's look at that. So this is, I'm going to remove this one because there we go. I don't know what that one is. There we go. Okay, so Virgin Galactic falling the most right now, down to 24.3. Zomb's down 6 again. Zomb's really been having some pain here. We did have a couple green days here recently, but definitely some real pain there. Xpeng, Neo. Okay, so this is no news here. I'm surprised with the big up report in retail sales that like a Nordstrom's down as much as it is today, and Macy's down. Both of these kind of bobbing around their levels here over the last few weeks. Palantir's down 1.7% after their really engaging video yesterday. No, I'm sure it was great. If somebody had a data science background, I'm sure it was great. But it was definitely hard to watch if you weren't a data scientist. All right, so let's see what else is going on. 726 at Tesla here, trending towards that 720. See what we got. Okay, both. We got both CNBC and Fox are on commercial here. So let me go ahead and pop on over to Bloomberg TV and let's see what we got in terms of news. See, this is when we need music. All right, Bloomberg TV is on commercial too. It's exhausting when they're all on commercial. This would be the perfect time for us to just play some music. You know, that's what we should do. Somebody says it's their birthday. Welcome from Amsterdam. Amsterdam, that's awesome. It's been a while since I always fly into Amsterdam to go to Germany after they got rid of what is it? Which company went away? Wasn't it or Air Berlin? Air Berlin that went away. All right, so anyway.
1% valuation concerns off the table. That's weighing on the financials despite some strong bank earnings, and energy is down in sympathy with oil.
Abby, thank you. Brief, sharp, to the point, record highs. The market-moving events you need to be watching, that'll be next in our trading diary. From New York, this is Bloomberg.
Well, I want to know what the market-moving event's going to be that we got to watch. Okay, we'll pay attention to them. Hey, look, they're actually talking about business.
All in New Jersey. Look, Lydia, we know people shopped online during the pandemic. We know that big time. Are they lining up today at the bricks and mortar mall?
Hey, Stuart, we're at Willowbrook Mall, and there's no one lining up just yet because the mall doesn't open until 11 a.m. But you can see the employees here working hard to get ready for the customers to come into the store because we know that's happening more and more often. Research according to Zenreach shows us that here in New Jersey, where we are, traffic to brick and mortar stores, malls, restaurants up by 55% since the start of the year. Across the country, it's up by 47%. And we are getting some more insight from those retail sales data that's out fresh, brand new this morning. We're understanding that growth from last month beat expectations wildly. 9.8% growth in retail sales. The expectation was 5.9%. These are all signs of a strong recovery, Stuart, driven by the vaccines, the lifting of the restrictions, and, of course, the stimulus checks, $1,400 per person, a family of four, receiving around $5,600. Now, we know from a survey from Bankrate that about 13% of people who got a stimulus check will plan to spend it on a discretionary fund. Maybe they're going to go to the mall and shop or go out to eat. I know the folks here at Willowbrook hope that they're going to get some more traffic here, but all of this is part of the reopening. We're seeing a return to the brick and mortar, just like the mall.
Lydia, real fast, are there any capacity restraints or limitations at that mall?
Yeah, it's a great question, Stuart. There are capacity restrictions in place. We're seeing a lot of places slowly rolling back on those. Some places, depending where you are, that might be 50%, might be a little bit higher. Right now, it's not even open yet, so we're able to be inside. There is the requirement that you have to wear a mask as long as you're in here. We're also seeing plenty of hand sanitizer stations to encourage people to.
All right, I'm going to pull back here just for a moment. I want to just look at, it looks like, take a look at this. I'm just looking at the fund flow for ARK. And I put this on the regular candlesticks, not the average. So we had a go away, Weeble. So we had a good green day here on March 30th. Good green day on March 31st. And you know what's funny is when Tesla has like 2 green days in a row, people go buy ARK. March 31st, you get the biggest peak right here for flows into ARK. It's usually when there are the red days, that you see people taking money out of ARC, which would be any number below 0. But really, I mean, a lot of good inflows to ARC here, because this is the 0 line right here, right? So, I mean, you're really just talking about money. Okay, we can't go to month. Let's go to 3 days. Oh, okay. How about 6 months? Can I get 6? There we go. You're really talking about a lot of money just flowing into ARC here. This is all right here. Everything above where this mouse is. It's just money plowing in to ARC. It's incredible. $716 million in a day there. Last couple days, we've seen 210 to yesterday, $249 million flowing in. So you regularly got a bunch of money to play with. You know, that's lots of money to buy stocks with. It's incredible. All right, let's go back to CNBC here. Okay. All right, let's see. Nope, CNBC's on commercial. Now I know that's Tesla, not ARC. That's what I said. When Tesla does well, you see inflows to ARC. All right, all the media outlets are on commercial. No problem. Tesla's down about 0.5%. Let's go see if we can get some top news here. What's happening in the news? Is there any news? It's fun when there's news because we have something to talk about. Otherwise, we're just looking for news. So let's see here. No. Unused vaccines are piling up across the U.S. as some regions resist. City flexes its SPAC muscle. Okay. This is surprising. Many U.S. states and cities have a growing surplus of COVID-19 vaccines, a sign that in some places demand is slowing before a large percentage of the population has been inoculated. Yeah, remember, we're only at 22% fully vaccinated. The data indicate as many as 1 in 3 doses are unused in some states. Wow. Appointments for shots often go untaken when few people sign up. Bloomberg analyzed state and U.S. data from Monday, providing a snapshot for vaccine use before the J&J shelving. Overall demand remains strong. 37% of people have gotten at least 1 dose, right, and 22% total. In Virginia, for instance, 83% of vaccine supplied to the state have been used, but the number of people getting the shots differs sharply from city to city. Difference is especially stark in Charlottesville and Lynchburg, separated by a mere hour's drive on the US 29 past the vineyards and open farmland. Virginia is a microcosm of the country. And in Charlottesville, a mostly Democratic area that is home to University of Virginia, vaccine appointments are tough to snag. In Lynchburg, 70 miles south, and dominated by conservative Liberty University, or the conservative Liberty University, open appointments at an old TJ Maxx are easy to find. Wow. Very, it's become very political, huh? That's interesting. All right, let's listen in.
And PepsiCo also reporting results this morning, beating the street as consumers keep snacking. Shares are fractionally lower. Meantime, though, we are getting some more data. Business inventories are out. Just moments ago, Rick Santelli has that for us. Rick.
Oh.
Yes, it's important to pay very close attention to business inventories because we know we need to replenish them. So the number for February is up 0.5%, up 0.5, exactly as expected. And it's a slight revision in the rearview mirror to January. Originally reported up 0.3, now stands at up 0.4. We know that today's data has been very strong outside of utilization and industrial production. Why? Well, maybe because of some of these supply chain issues, which lead right into that inventory number. Now, for the next number, this is a real-time April number, National Association of Home Builders Index. We go to Diana Olick. Diana?
Rick, builder sentiment increased 1 point in April to 83, according to the builders. Anything above 50 is positive. Now, last April,
Sure.
At the start of the pandemic, the index plummeted to 30, but then shot back up over the summer. Builders say they are still seeing strong buyer demand, but are concerned about rising material costs. Lumber futures hit an intraday record high just yesterday. Now, of the index's 3 components, current sales conditions rose 1 point to 88, buyer traffic up 3 points to 75, but sales expectations in the next 6 months fell 2 points to 81. That last one may be falling because affordability is becoming an issue, especially given today's higher mortgage rates. The NAHB is forecasting continued growth in single-family construction this year, but at a slower pace than last year. Regionally, builder sentiment rose in the Northeast and South, unchanged in the West, and fell slightly in the Midwest. David?
Diana, thank you. It is day 2 of
I don't see how builders could not have strong positive sentiment. Like the pricing projections for real estate are just like moon. Like profitability is going way, 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 way up on building homes. So anyway, I just tweeted a poll, so feel free to participate. Will you get the vaccine? Yes, no, or hell no. So I'd love to hear from you. So at RealMeetKevin, take a look, folks. We have officially achieved 100,000 followers on Twitter. Thanks to all of you. So thank you so much. It's really cool. But anyway, yeah, I'd love to hear where you all stand on the vaccine. So we'll see. And they're anonymous. At least I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, no, hold on. Yeah. No, I can't see how you voted. So I cannot see how you voted, in case you're wondering. So it is anonymous. All right, going back to Webull. While the votes, Arcimoto falling 6%, just basically like crashing over here. Again, it's almost under 11. I mean, isn't this all-time lows here? Hold on a sec. What's not in the poll? You forgot I don't know? Well, I don't know if you're getting it. Well, I guess you'd have to pick which way you lean. Do you lean yes or no if you're at I don't know? You have to pick which way you lean. Or don't pick which way you lean against. I don't know if that made any sense. Kathy selling Tesla. I mean, Tesla ran up. So anytime one of the stocks runs up, as an ETF, that's not necessarily a bad signal. It's just to say that you got to keep your balances in order, right? You can't get overweight in one stock with an ETF. It has to stay along in accordance with your plan. So it makes sense that when Tesla runs up 80 points roughly in 24 hours, that there would be some sell pressure. It's not necessarily a sign that Tesla's a baddie or not loved anymore. So Virgin Galactic accelerate now almost at all-time lows here, or at least recent all-time lows. Certainly since, we're definitely at lows since around December lows. So I mentioned yesterday in a video, if you started investing in January, it's been painful. Really just like any purchasing since January. Like if you bought everything before the election and then just went on vacation, you're probably better off over the last 5 months. It's been a little rough, but that's okay. As you make more money, you allocate more money, and you make the best decision you can. Otherwise, you just got to wait and got to be patient. Patience does end up getting rewarded in the stock market, though. We had a nice recovery at Square. Kathy also sold some Square, but also because it's one of the runners. It's one of those that went down to around 200. I think for a brief period of time there, went under a little under. Yeah, there it is, 191. And very nice recovery right up. Very quick recovery, too, compared to certainly some of the others. Like, Tesla hasn't fully recovered, and most of the electric vehicles have not recovered here. So that's why we're seeing a lot of that pain. Look at that. XPeng down 6%. GameStop 3.7. NEO's down 4.6 as well. Let's go look at the 1 minute here. Yeah, kind of straight down on NEO here. 1 minute. 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 1 And Enphase down again. Enphase really seems to trade down with the EV stocks. It's almost just kind of like the sector. There we go. That's better. So let's pull the name out here. Nope. Being a little funnier, Weeble. Trying to get our stock name. Can't get it. Oh well. You know what? We don't need no stinking name. There we go. We just need the ticker symbol. That's all we need. All right. What do we got over here? More talk about banking earnings?
Look forward to this afternoon. That's going to be big, Wolf. We'll see you at 3 o'clock,
Cheers, guys.
obviously, on closing bell. That's our Wilfred Frost. So we have Dow S&P record highs on those strong retail sales numbers and some of the earnings as well. Chris Ailman joins us this morning to start the hour. CalSTR's Chief Investment Officer. Chris, great to have you back. Good morning.
Good morning, Carl. Good to see you.
I want to get you first on the eco data and the degree to which the bond market is not reacting violently to it. And I wonder if you think that means we could be in a bit of a range here for a while and the implications for equities as a result.
Well, right now we're in nirvana. Bonds are actually happy, which is surprising.
I don't think that's how it works. I don't think Kathy is saying that. See, here's a comment that says Kathy knows when to take profits on companies. Apple cars, serious competition to Tesla. First of all, I don't think Kathy thinks any car company is serious competition to Tesla. And second of all, again, if you have a 10% allocation and everything else is, let's say, 8, 7, 6, 5%, and then all of a sudden your 10% allocation becomes a 12% allocation, just like Square goes from, 7% to 8%, you have to sell to bring that down. And then you add a position, you go buy it. This is not a signal to the market that Kathy is losing faith in Tesla. It's a complete misunderstanding of how ETFs work. All right, and it's true of many funds. But anyway, we'll keep listening in here.
The deficits we're running are just ridiculous. And
all right, ridiculous deficits. Got it.
The
what do we got over here?
rocket ship economy. I think that was you, Stephen. And this morning we got evidence
I said it on this show.
Yes, you did. Well, this morning you saw it, a 9.8% jump in retail sales. That is a rocket ship economy. But my question is, and I know how you're going to answer it.
It's the V. It's the Larry Kudlow V.
All these trillions of dollars in government spending and Fed printing. We don't need that, do we?
No, we didn't need the $2 trillion spending bill we passed a few weeks ago. I do think Wall Street, your friends on Wall Street, Stuart, seem to be drunk on this debt spending and the
They're not friends, Stephen. They're not friends of mine. They detest me, many of them.
Everybody's complaining about the fiscal spending. CNBC is, Fox is. Let's take a look at how the poll ended up. Will you get the vaccine? 66.2% had some form of a yes. With, oh gosh, this is funny math here. That's got to be like, what, 30 plus 3, 33, 33.7, 33.7-ish, if I did that math right. 0.7 of y'all had either no or hell no, which is interesting. The no's and hell no's are split about 50-50. So for the folks not getting it, definitely some, definitely some passion there in the no category, but this is the that's a good one. When Apple Car 2 comes out, they will slow down version 1, and Apple Car will have no plugs, will require wireless charging. Oh gosh, wow, that's incredible. Builder for 25 years. ABS products, flooring materials, gypsum, all up as well. Lumber, 200%. I'm waiting 2.5 to 3 months for my favorite Bosch appliances. Fortunately, only building multi-housing units to keep. Yeah, good for you. Geez. If you were on a timeline, that's, I mean, not to say that you're not on a timeline, but you're your own boss, so it makes it a little bit easier. But golly, I can't believe, I mean, it's just, it is incredible. And anything in building supplies just getting wrecked. So good news is we do have, let's see, Voyager Digital is up. We really wish I could pull the names here. But by the way, if you want bugs, folks, you got this amazing app here, Webull. Go to metkevin.com/Webull, deposit $100. You'll get 2 free stocks and bugs. I've never said that before or made that joke before. Nope, it's rare. Anyway, 8.12% on Big Digital, and Voyager coming up 6% today. Faraday Solutions all of a sudden popping up 5%. Tilray, Nvidia kicking butt again. Upstart, Square. See where the opportunities are today. Lemonade at 90. Lemonade at 90. I want Lemonade 80 to be able to add to it. Where's Coin? Let's see what Coin's up to. Peloton's up 1.1. Coin. Oh, Coinbase went negative. Ooh, Coinbase down. Hey, where are my limits? I set some limits. Oh, maybe they were only day orders. Well, I'll have to put my limit in again. How juicy. Okay. I mean, I certainly don't see them here. Let me check if they're still open. Let's see. Yoda, yeah. All right. Webull order. Nope. Yep, don't have any orders. Okay, so we'll keep a very, very close eye on Coin. So we are getting Coinbased again. Okay, so what's Tesla doing? Tesla at 728. Okay, not down to that 7. Oh, there we go. Now we got our names back. Good. I don't know what happened, but we got them back. Bitcoin down to 62.8. Yeah, definitely showing some red again here. Lots of red here. Gosh, the EV space just destruction. It's almost old news to say it. A lot of sideways trading, like end phase. Let's see here. CCIV 2160. That falls into the 20 range. I'll be buying that again. Matterport 1295. I mean, that's where it was yesterday too. Pinterest, Airbnb. What else? Etsy. C3I. No, these all are all kind of sitting around plus or minus 1%. Really, what's winning right now is Caster, Big Digital, Voyager Digital. Those are the big runners today. Faraday, Nvidia. Nvidia just, wow, these got to be all-time highs on Nvidia. Let's look at that really quick. And then we're going to go back to that Coinbase chart because we're getting close to where we got to be buying the thing. Yeah, these are all-time. No, are they? What did we hit over there? Let's make some room over here. What 614 was the previous all-time high at Nvidia. 614. That's incredible. And the thing went down to 462, only to be back to 633 right now, hitting an all-time high of 640, 641 today. Wow, that's impressive. That investor presentation, or just I should say company presentation, was incredible. I've watched about half of it. I'm gonna finish watching the darn thing. It's a long presentation. All right. Do we have any news? Oh, let's pull Coin really quick while we look at the news. I don't think. Oh, there we go. 325 on Coin. Do I hear 315? Not yet. All right. Let's tune in. Okay, yeah. Commercials. Fine then. Fine. Okay. Bloomberg TV also on commercial. See, I tell you, they coordinate. Bloomberg TV goes on commercial when CNBC goes on commercial. And it's just a matter of seeing who gets off commercial first. All right. Remember the days when you had to buy crypto from other people? That was a long time ago. Didn't we get our first exchanges in like 2012 or 13? So it would have had to have been before that. So Treasury down. Nice. Good call, DC. Good looking out. 1.58 on the 10-year. That's incredible. It's slipping down. Is it fair to ask, since you invested in crypto or Coinbase, can you visit their site and check on cryptos? visit their site and check on cryptos. You mean just to see what like the values are? So like they have like a ticker chart. I think that's what you mean. See, if you go to their website, you get the first like 4 here. I'm sure if you log in though, you get the full chart, and you can kind of like pull up what all the cryptos are doing. I mean, I don't mind doing that. Let's see if I can sign in. But anyway, what other questions do we have here? Yeah, I'll sign in really quick. Okay, why is gold rising? Wow. Yeah, gold has just been on straight down path for a while, huh? Coinbase should have fixed their customer support. Yeah, when a company grows like crazy, customer support's definitely tough. Pen's under 100, really? Wow. Really? Let's see how far. Coinbase 324. Pen National Gaming. Yeah, it's at 99. Ooh. Tempting for the iGaming space. Let's see. What's there's another one of the food companies too. Let's see. Very Good Food Company. They're down at $3.70. Down 1.4. All right. Let's see what else. What else is going on here? Literally, they're just leaving us hanging with commercials. How boring. Everyone's stuck on commercial. Terribly boring. Okay, fine. Fine then. We'll have to get our news a different way. Let's see what other news there is. Okay. There we go. All right, so we're in on Coinbase. Finally. So, let's see here. Discover more assets? Is this where? There we go. I mean, that's kind of cool. So, kind of keep an eye on the top ones here. Look at that Uniswap up 16% today. Jeez, all the altcoins. The altcoins have just been kicking butt lately. I mean, you could be in almost any of these. And they've just all been kicking butt. It's really incredible. All right. Going back. Let's see. Talking about Canoe or Cruise.
$1 billion funding round. The big story on Walmart this morning is that their chief executive, Doug McMillon, says we cannot be in the business of partisan politics, stepping away from the crowd. Good stuff, Walmart, and the stock is up. Look at this. I'm going to draw a comparison here. Left-hand side of your screen, the migrant facility in Donna, Texas. That was in early March. Right-hand side of the screen, the same facility, nearly triple the size by late March. Now, that's a building program, isn't it? Rich Edson is there. Rich, is that where most of the kids are being sent?
Good afternoon, Stuart. Yes, this is the place where unaccompanied minors, those who are
back to the border. So let's back off the border here. So I was just reading some comments, folks wondering. So when does the pain end? Personally, I think after we get through this potential feared inflation era, which honestly is like September, October. So it's gonna be a while. It's not gonna be easy. I don't think. I think the next 3, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, that range, next 3 to 6 months are really acquire time. Personally, that's what I think. Acquire, be greedy about your stock purchases. Get as much as you can. Yeah, Treasury yields now down to 1.57%, the lowest in a month on Treasuries. It's good. But yeah, hoard as much as you can. And don't look at your portfolio value. Look at high quality companies that you believe in, that you feel are inexpensive right now, and add. That's what's important. Adding. Building that share count. Getting it up. All right. Property Solutions at 4.88. That's Faraday. We got Voyager giving up a little bit on some of the gains that we've had here. So Square, almost like we have a little bit of a pullback. in the market here. Let's see here. Zoom in a little bit to the charts. Let's see what we got going on. And then let's keep Coinbase up as well. Let's see here what's going on. So Coinbase hit a low of 321. Now it's kind of bouncing. Hasn't hit that 310 support yet from yesterday. All right, zooming out on the day a little bit. Kind of straight down so far for Coin. We are, which it was up like 10% in pre-market. Big digital assets up 7%. AMC also kind of fizzling down. AMD's moving nicely. Voyager trending down-ish. PayPal can't keep on to its gains for the day. Apple's doing well today. Beyond Meat's doing okay. ARC F kind of trending down. Ubiquity. Yeah, Ubiquity is, wow, that's a weird little bump there it had in the pre-market. Don't buy Ubiquity in the pre-market or after hours. There's too few shares of that thing trading. You don't end up getting a good price. Or set a limit. Okay, what else? Matterport, yeah, no, okay, flat. GameStop, let's see, what's leading declines? GameStop's pretty low. Virgin Galactic, Zum, these guys down in the toilet, with GameStop down 7.4%. Neo Canoe also down. The other EVs, look at all of them together. QuantumScape, Xpeng, Luminar, the LiDAR play. Gosh, they've got it. How much have they been selling off? Let's look at LiDAR. This was such a big play for like a month. Yeah, look at that. Everybody was talking about this back in November, December. Everybody's talking about them. You know, 28 to 31 bucks, 34 bucks. Actually, yeah, more. Yeah, it was like low 30s. Now down to 18. It's almost half. Yikes. Decline already. We've got Gevo, Carnival, ChargePoint. Where's Macy's and Nordstrom? Let's look at those really quick. Macy's. Yeah, Macy's down 2%, and Nord is also down 2.8%. So weird on a day that retail sales are killing it. Oh well, let's go take a peek at CNBC, see if they got anything to say. But otherwise, no, they're on commercial too. Otherwise, I think pretty slow news day so far, at least. So we'll see how the rest of the day goes. B of A slides as concerns loom over consumer lending. Consumer lending? Tell me more. CO, it comes down going forward. Suppose well for the, okay, let's see. Oh, regarding charge-offs. Benefit to loan growth will be a bigger driver. These are all notes here. I'm going to have to dive into this a little deeper here. Loan growth and underwriting. Underwriting standards on the consumer side are back to pre-pandemic policies. Commercial is about there. Tremendous excess capacity for loan growth. So not a lot of people borrowing compared to how much capacity they have for loans. That's interesting. Again, it is interesting. You're seeing that in the real estate as well too. People are not taking out as much money on like cash out refinances as they often do or had previously. So really that frugal decade makes a lot of sense. People wanting to borrow less. Coinbase says due to an issue with a recent network upgrade, we've temporarily disabled Ethereum withdrawals and ERC20. Oh yeah, that's always great the day after you go public. Oh, geez. And other breaking news is that Derek Chauvin will not testify. He's invoking the Fifth Amendment. Wow. That just came through. Okay, cool. I guess maybe we can look quickly here. Let's just see what Twitter said. How did our Twitter poll end up? Still somewhere around 66% yes, and then so really it's 2/3 yes, 1/3 no on will you get the vaccine. It's pretty divisive. All right, folks, thank you so much for being here. We will come back when there's something to report on. Thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you in the next one.